Hi everyone, so I thought while I'm getting ready to go out for lunch, I was going to give you a quick update about Arthur and how he's getting on, as we did go to the Children's Hospital yesterday to see the dietitian about starting his ketogenic diet for treatment. Now, I will try and keep this video as short as I can, but obviously there's quite a lot of information about what went on yesterday and everything about the ketogenic diet, because I think it's really interesting and it's also very educational for people that aren't aware of what it is. There is a lot of stigma about children and infants being put on the ketogenic diet because, some people do use it as a diet technique, but that is actually very dangerous to do, as obviously the ketogenic diet is to get ketos in your bloodstream, which if not medically supervised can be dangerous. So I'll just give you a run over of the hospital yesterday and what was said and what the ketogenic diet is. Now, if you see me looking down, it's because I'm reading my notes, because I got a big folder given to me yesterday with all the information I need and guidance. But the ketogenic diet, it is used as a medical treatment to help reduce or possibly even completely cure seizures. It's one of the last resorts that they try before obviously referring for epilepsy surgery, which obviously Arthur has been referred, as you saw in my last video if you follow me, and he's on the wait list to have further test investigations to see if surgery is an option for him. But obviously for now we are going to attempt the ketogenic diet and see if it does help at least reduce the number of seizures he does have a day. It's worth a shot. I think they say it's 50-50 if you do see any benefits from the diet. But basically we are going to complete a 3-month trial of it after he's on the ketogenic diet, as in 3 meals daily keto for 3 months. Then obviously we'll have a review and see if it has made a difference, if it has reduced his seizures at all, and whether it's worth keeping him on it. Obviously if he does struggle with it, or it affects him mentally, or he completely refuses to eat at all any of the meals offered to him, which could be potentially happen, because obviously he's being assessed for autism and he does have a very restricted diet anyway, but we've tried to modify the diet in the way where it is keto but also similar to foods that he does usually eat anyway. So we are going to give it a shot, because obviously if it can reduce his seizures even a little bit, then obviously that would be beneficial to him. I'm going to have weekly telephone consultations with the dietitian about how we're getting on, if there's any side effects or anything like that. We are going to have to take his blood twice a day with the blood glucose monitoring system to check for ketos, check his keto levels, and also check his blood glucose. And also we have to attend blood test appointments at the hospital as well, monthly I think. So the keto diet, so if you think the average keto diet, 50% of your diet is carbohydrates, your typical normal diet. If you go onto keto diet, only 5% can be carbs. So majority of carbs are made up with high fats and protein. So we are looking at cutting out bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, most root vegetables, most fruits, your normal yogurts he can't have. He can no longer have normal cow's milk, so we are having a substitute, which let me go and get to show you. So I got his sample pack in the post today. There's 2 different types of milks that he can have. There is this one, which is Vitaflow K-Flow, that looks like this, and these will be on prescription for him. And then there's another one called something else that we will try as well, and that one's vanilla flavour, so I'm thinking he might prefer that one because obviously it's sweeter, and he will have that instead of normal milk. It even affects things like medicines, like he can't have normal Calpol because it's liquid, which contains carbohydrates, so he's only going to be able to have crushable tablets for any medication. The keto diet, there is only 800 children in the whole of the UK on it, so it is a very rare thing to come across and be put on. So I am going to have to take my handy dandy folder with me everywhere I go. if I have to take it to A&E or the doctors, because most GPs and nurses aren't aware of the diet or why your child would be on this diet because they don't deem it as safe. But obviously he's being put on it for medical purposes. So if he ever needs antibiotics, obviously I have this to explain why he can't have the normal liquid form of antibiotics, which a normal child his age would have, and he has to have it in crushable tablet form. So all we're doing now is waiting for all the prescriptions to be put through my pharmacy for things like his particular vitamins he's had to be put on, which will be prescribed. He's being prescribed a Weetabix alternative that he can have, a low carb bread that he can have, all of his milk to come through, all of his glucose test strips to come through, a sharps bin, what else? And a powder that I need to put in his drink. So once all that comes through from the pharmacy and I get all of his prescription things, then we will be starting it gradually. So hopefully Monday we will start with just keto breakfast, do that for 7 days, and then add another meal, do that for 7 days, and then add another meal, just to minimise any constipation and things like that, because that can happen. But yeah, if you're interested in keeping updated on how he gets on, and just for any updates about him in terms of potential surgery or the keto diet, I will be also doing any keto recipe ideas for anybody else that's in this situation. Then drop me a follow. But yeah, I'll keep you all updated.